This is the Patch Podcast, sports, recreation, and entertainment all in one place. Strap in, turn it up, and let's get into it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of the Patch Podcast. Alongside Bart, Danny, Rich, I am Moog, and we have a special guest with us today. Rich?
Hey, welcome. Today we do, like Moog said, have a special guest. Joining us today on the Patch Podcast, we have the one and only Illinois commit, Carterville graduate, all-stater, champion, Caidence Phillips. Caidence, glad to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
This is episode 14, and we've had some pretty good guests so far, but I don't know. It's going to be a tough one to beat here because you've got a list of probably everything, right? I know she could probably name them all just because, but we're going to...
She's probably forgot all of them.
No, I doubt it. But I know one thing.
I'm impressed. First, before I name all them accolades, you played with my little cousin, Audrina. So
I did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I knew of you and your accolades also. So
I just talked to her Uncle Matt at church a little bit ago. So
yeah,
he was like,
he was at a lot of our games.
Matt was,
yeah, he's a good uncle.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, Bart's related.
Realize about these two, and Moog was fixing to say it. They're related to everybody in the country.
Absolutely. Bart and Danny are Bart
Not
and
Danny.
Rich. Bart and Rich are related to everyone.
Yeah, I had to watch who I dated in school because I had to ask my mom and dad, hey, am I related to her? Yep. Okay, can't go with her then.
My wife, her mom's maiden name was Reed. My mom's maiden name was Reed. We're not related. I promise.
Yeah, right.
I promise we're not related.
It's your story.
Anyway, go ahead.
That's okay. That's okay, Rich. That's all right.
Some of her accolades that I have been reading, and it's off the Illinois site. That's 25-26 Illinois Softball Gatorade Player of the Year, 26 Max Preps Illinois Softball Player of the Year, 3-time Illinois Coaches Association Class 2A First Team All-State, 24-26, 2-time Southern Illinois Softball Player of the Year, led Carterville 2A state title and 39-1 record, and you got beat by a 5A school or 4A school? You played a doubleheader. I can't remember who it was against.
We played Chatham, but we did get beat against them.
You played a doubleheader against Chatham, didn't you? You got beat. Yeah. I knew you guys won the first game. I don't know why I remember this stuff. I'm a freak with sports.
You're a stats guru.
Rain Man. Bart is Rain Man.
39-1 record, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's program record for wins, school record, right?
Yes.
Your senior season campaign, you maintained a perfect 24-0 record with a .10 ERA.
That's unreal.
Wow.
Did you have to throw left-handed any strikeouts, 324 batters, and conceding just 2 earned runs in 145 innings pitched? Wow. And also held a .333 batting average, 37 RBI, and 16 doubles in 26. So you plan on hitting too?
No, I'm being a PO in college.
Okay. And helped Carterville to 24 2A Illinois state title, posting an 18-1 record and 27 appearances as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And, of course, she's daughter of Carrie and Nathan Phillips, brother Jasper. And I guess I see you're planning on majoring in elementary education.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome. So probably some coaching in your future, too.
Oh, they're trying to get me back. I get it mentioned about every other day.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing.
So, Caidence, I got a quick question. What made you decide to want to become a pitcher versus a position player?
I was little, and I like the idea of always having the ball in my hand, honestly. It kind of gets boring if you're just standing there. So I liked pitching, just throwing a lot, honestly. I liked watching the girls do it too at the softball field, and I kind of picked up on it quickly, and I was pretty good at it. I could whip it in there pretty hard, so I just stuck with it, practiced a lot, and turned out being pretty okay for me.
Fantastic.
Man, that's awesome. So, at what age did you kind of realize softball was your thing? 'Cause I noticed you played basketball a couple of years in high school too, freshman, sophomore year. Being from Southern Illinois, a lot of people are 2-3 sport athletes. What was that point where you're like, okay, I think I'm there. I think I'm good enough to play at the next level. I'm going to stick with this.
I would honestly say at a pretty young age, because we all of our class, like Audrina even, we were all very well connected. We all started playing travel softball at, 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Carterville Crush, and then we moved up to a really high level of travel softball really young. So honestly, 6th grade, I would say, is when I was like, okay, we're taking this to the next level.
I have a question for
Yeah, go
you.
ahead.
I've just been really gotten into softball, I guess, in the last few years because a good friend of mine, but been watching a lot of college softball. What is your major pitches?
So I used to be just fastball heavy when I was younger because I was just faster than everyone. That's what I got everyone out on. But as I've gotten older, I've become very reliant on a changeup.
Nice.
So mixing speeds is so key at this high of a level because anyone can sit on a 70-mile-per-hour fastball. But being able to mix speeds and change eye levels, I would say, is very key. So having a changeup or like a rise ball is definitely key at this age. So my changeup is definitely my favorite or second best pitch besides a fastball.
How fast do you throw?
I would say 65. So it's not even that fast necessarily. It's just 65 is like fastest, but consistently 63. Right.
Yeah.
Lots of movement and then changing speeds.
It's all about like spin rotation and all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to wait till your first college game. I bet you throw 70.
That's what my
All the
son,
adrenaline. Oh, yeah. Guarantee it.
my son played like one semester at Shawnee. He was pitcher only. So I know a little bit about pitching on the baseball side, but I don't quite understand. Like the guys, they have pitch counts. There's no pitch count in softball, right?
There's not.
So you could throw game after game after game as long as you feel up to it, right?
Yeah,
Because that's a normal motion, right? Is that why they say that?
It's normal, but at the same time, doing something over and over and over again,
Right.
your body still gets worn out. Like this weekend, I pitched 14 innings one day, and the next day I went to pitch like 8 innings, and it was just your body still gets tired after doing it.
Right.
So how closely, and to kind of, Rich, you mentioned baseball. So how close are the hand positions when you're throwing like a changeup with a softball versus a baseball? Is it the same type of thing?
Like the grip, you mean?
Yeah, the grip itself.
I don't know. Did you know that?
I don't know. I know all of my pitches I hold the same way.
Do you?
Yeah. Just because it's the most comfortable. And I remember when I was younger, Jenny Finch was who I always looked up to, and
She was awesome.
she did that too. So I was like, I want to be like you. So I just stuck with that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you go games down at Marion whenever the Wild was there?
I did.
So my son did camera for all their games, and so we got to go to a lot of those too. I think Jenny Finch was there for one of them, wasn't she? Didn't she come down for? Something?
She did.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw her at the Marion Pavilion.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Do you know? So I go to church with a lady who knows you, and you broke her record this year at Carterville.
Brittany Ashton.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So she told me to tell you hi, which is which is now Brittany Fitch.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know she was a pitcher. I had no idea. We just got to talking a few weeks ago at our fireworks thing at our church, and we just got to talking about sports and softball. She's like, "Oh yeah, I used to pitch." She showed me her scar on her shoulder and all. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know." Okay. I'm like, "Really? You were the record that got?" So, really looking at your stats, you broke that in just a little over 3 years, right? Because you took over pitching somewhat. Was a pitcher in Carterville. Did she get hurt or something like her senior year? Was that how you started pitching?
Freshman year, we had a lot of pitchers freshman year. So I did a lot of pitching, but not much. And sophomore year, Taryn and I split the time too.
Okay.
So junior year, I did a lot of pitching because Taryn was hurt. So, and then senior year, we split our time for the most part, I would say too. So, yeah.
Wow. So to break that record in just not even a 4-year, that's unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So your college recruiting part, how many schools did you have looking at you? I mean, probably a lot. And what did you narrow it down? Did you narrow it down to like top 3 or something before you're making this decision, or what?
Okay, so this is the part where so my travel ball career was like rough during the recruitment process, and I knew I wanted to stay pretty close to home. I liked SIU. and I liked U of I. And those were my main 2 schools that I was pursuing. I'm going to be honest, I only emailed those 2 schools.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I started pursuing them, and my 2024 season going into like the recruitment process and everything was a little rough because my travel ball team had 9 players, and we were coached by, we went to California that year, and our coaches were 2 girls. And I had one coach, but it was a little rough. And anyway, I would say the recruitment process was definitely not rainbows and butterflies like everyone says it is.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I ended up switching travel ball teams, and it got a lot better. U of I started to pursue me. I started to pursue them. And then I went to camps and stuff. And after that summer is when I ended up committing. So I didn't commit like right away to them. And there was like basically MVC and OVC schools. After that, though, the summer that I was playing with my new travel ball team, there was a lot more schools that started to get interested in me and stuff. And that's why U of I hopped on and was like, okay, we got to get her real quick before other schools.
That's cool.
were.
Plus, you don't
Yeah.
have to change colors.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mom could keep her wardrobe.
Yeah.
So
I did like
Exactly.
that part.
did your travel ball do more for your recruiting than your high school? Because I know with like my son, for instance, his travel ball did the majority of his recruiting, but honestly, a lot of it was we got on field level. I don't know if you use field level, uploading videos and all that, and just reaching out. And his high school did 0 for him. It may be opposite for softball. I don't know, but travel ball has kind of taken over.
Yeah. Travel ball does all of the college stuff. High school, it's amazing and it's fun, and you still get accolades for a lot of the
Right.
stuff.
Mhm.
But travel is definitely all the recruitment
Yep.
process and everything for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, it's the same way with in basketball.
AAU.
Right,
and
yeah.
College
Yeah.
scout.
Mhm.
For a college coach to be recruiting, a college softball coach, whether it be softball, basketball, football, they're having their season at that time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they get out and watch a kid play.
Mhm.
Yep.
So whenever you're doing the AAU, the
And
travel ball,
They
and
can go out
stuff like that,
watch.
they can go and watch that.
Well, and you're watching multiple people too. You're not just watching
Exactly.
one or two at a high
Right.
school. So
And there are probably different rules from district to district, and with all that with
let's take
AAU.
Southern Illinois.
Yep.
You were the number 1 player in the state of Illinois. If you go play trying to throw a small team out, that college coach is not going to come
Right.
just to see you play a lesser opponent.
Mhm.
Kudos to your coach by getting the bigger team that you guys did lose to at
Mhm.
once. That give you a little bit of exposure. But I
Right.
can see where the travel ball and stuff like that
Right.
would give you the exposure.
Plus in travel ball, you're playing it's like power 4 commits against
Yes.
power 4
Exactly.
commits. So
yeah.
they're watching all of these players
Yep.
at one time. Right.
So what's a normal week look like for you now? I know you're getting ready to go to school here in a couple weeks. Is there a fall season kind of
Mhm.
sort of, or is it full blown fall, like everything counts, or does it go into the spring season for softball?
So we have our fall season, which is where we'll play more JUCOs and mid majors, which we haven't got our schedule yet, but we have our 8-hour workout weeks, which we'll do for about the first month and a half, where you can only do softball for 8 hours that week. So I don't think that should be too bad. And then we'll have our 20-hour weeks where you do softball for 20 hours a week, which is NCAA rules.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, but games are included in those.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
basically, if you have a double header and you go into international tiebreaker in those two, that also counts for your 20-hour week. So it's all up in the air on how it all plays out.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask because most games doubleheader. Because I know, like at the JUCO level, their games are doubleheaders. Is it
Yeah.
the same way for more than
Mhm.
likely?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just going to say, Caidence, I know, you got a lot of things going on going into a new school, new season. I assume as a freshman, you have to live in the dorms, right?
I do. I
Yeah.
have to live in the dorms my freshman year. Yeah.
And
I stayed
so
in
that
the dorms. I went to Itchy Jones baseball camp there when I was 17 years old.
Yeah, well, they probably
It's a
threw you out
dorm.
though.
No,
Do they have
Yeah.
electricity then? Bart?
Case,
No.
whenever
No.
you saw me looking at Bart, whenever you was talking about your 8 hours and stuff, it was nothing against you. We had a young man in here, 2 weeks ago.
Gavin Genesio.
Yeah. And he was talking about his workout schedule. He starts out on a Monday running 13 miles.
Yeah. Just 13 miles.
Just average 13 miles on Monday.
Yeah. Cadence, he runs 80 miles a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I'm not going to cross country.
Stick with softball.
Yeah.
Softball, basketball, you run 95 feet. You're running 190.
That's why I didn't want to run track. I wanted to play baseball.
Yeah. She runs out to the mound and then back to the dugout.
Yeah. Plus, we got our workout regimen for the summer, and I've been doing that for them when I can, because honestly, like I said, I got back from California. Before that, I was home for 3 days. I was in Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas City. So it's like constantly in travel softball.
That's awesome.
So you're just trying to do what you can when you're home, but you don't want to do too much because you're trying to rest your body.
So let's say after a weekend tournament, do you ice? Okay, I'd already see that. That was a no.
It's too cold.
Ice.
I got to get better at that. Yeah.
Ice will be your friend.
I know. I got to get better.
Take it from an old fat guy that had bad knees. Ice will be your friend.
Hey, whenever I coached girls track here, we had them. After practice, I'd cold tank them.
Oh yeah.
We have ice baths there.
Well, some emerge all the way. Some just do their shins. But
once you get past that first 5 minutes, you're good.
Yeah, that's what I told them. You go.
Well, yeah, that's when you go numb. That's when it numbs it out.
Well, yeah.
That first 5 minutes,
So
you're
I
numb.
had to do it. Just to prove them.
Yeah. Oh,
they say it's really good for your body, but I don't.
I still ice.
Hey, I didn't have no shin splints. Of course, I didn't run. I just told them to run.
So with like we have at Black Diamond there in Marion, they've built all these fields now. Softball's always kind of been big around Southern Illinois, honestly, but I could see it getting even larger now that we have these fields. A lot of tournaments every weekend, it seems like, just about. What's some good advice for these younger kids coming up and maybe wanting to play at the next level? What do you recommend them do daily, weekly, just to? I mean, I know everybody says practice, but what's some good things for them to maybe go to the next level, help them out?
Definitely, now that I'm done with travel softball, the more everyone's always like, have fun. And it's true. Genuinely, the more fun you have when you're playing, the better you'll do. The looser you play, the better you will be. You cannot be uptight and play the game of softball because it is a game, like, it's such a game of failure. And you're going to fail so much more than you succeed. And that's the thing about pitching too, is you have, for instance, probably 90 pitches in a game. And you're probably going to pitch hopefully more strikes than balls. But honestly, balls are technically parts of failure for the most part. And you just got to learn from that. And I feel like that's part of it, is just pushing through the failure and learning how to motivate yourself from that and learn from it. And that's what is the biggest part, is just playing and having fun and learning from your failure and playing with your best friends. And there's just so much that I've learned from softball that's made me into not just a better player, but a person. And the game has made me really a big part of who I am going into the world today. Yeah.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Nice.
I see. I see your mom's here today. I know.
Hey, we can bring mom in if we want. Get a mom for space.
But I see your mom here, and I know having that good support system at home.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
definitely helps push you along. But as a parent, I feel like sometimes I pushed my son too much, and but it was corrective criticism, so to speak. Sometimes he didn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? But but you know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that support system at home, and they're kind of on their own. But is that, you owe a lot to your parents?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Who's some people that in your life that you want to kind of give credit to where you're at now?
Definitely my parents. The amount of sacrifice, how they've helped me into just being here into this position today. And as much as they've helped me shape me into the person that the softball player I am. And Coach Ashton, literally, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but it's our assistant coach on the Carterville softball team. He has helped me so much through softball, seriously, and just become the pitcher and the player too that I am today.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure at a young age too, you're not just practice with your team, you're doing stuff individually too, going in to the cage, doing pitching afterwards. You've got coach, there's a lot that goes into it. But the more you do on your own after practice, like I always say, that's what makes college athletes. You don't just go to practice when it's practice time. It's what you do afterwards.
Yep.
You know. So, Illinois coming up in a couple weeks. Are you excited? I'm sure you are. Nervous?
There's so many emotions. Yeah.
Yeah,
I move in 3 weeks from today, actually, on a Sunday.
Oh,
So
wow.
my brother can go and help me move
Oh,
in.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited, obviously. So many different opportunities there, especially. It's a great school. But I would definitely say I'm super excited for the people I'm going to meet and the opportunities that come. But it's nervous. Like, I'm nervous, obviously. It's a new beginning. I don't have my parents down the hall from me. I mean, any normal feelings that a brand new college kid would feel. So,
Yep. Players are on the team, like for a college softball team, where they usually, is there a number they try to keep?
around 25 to 26.
25, 26. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not as many as I thought. I know a lot of baseball teams have in the 40s. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But is there a JV for a schedule or anything for it? No, they don't do anything like that.
No.
That must just be a JUCO thing or
Yeah.
others. But that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You expecting some playing time this year? Or I hear there's a senior that's kind of been their pitcher the last few years. Is that, is she a senior? You guys split time some, or do you know?
There was a girl who was a freshman, redshirt freshman last year, and she got a lot of playing time.
Did she?
She was pretty good. Yeah. She was a lefty.
Yeah.
She had pretty good. So, I mean, I'm hoping to do whatever I can to get playing time.
Yeah.
So,
Seem like you're just happy to be there. Team player going into freshman year, don't really know what to expect yet,
No.
and then just kind of go with the flow. But I can definitely tell you're gonna work hard at whatever you do, and that's great. We've got some good athletes here in Southern Illinois, and like I said at the beginning, this is
And
phenomenal.
maybe in her position she can help with the athletes in Southern Illinois get more exposure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because I mean, just for instance, I'm not knocking SIU or anything. They used to not take local people,
Right.
and they missed a lot of good athletes, a lot.
Yep.
And of course, some of them athletes went to John A. or Ren Lake just to get their foot in the door and then go somewhere else. But
and went on bigger and better.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think college softball in itself is growing, especially with the national exposure with, on ESPN and other networks. So that's really great to see. And to get this kind of opportunity for you, Caidence, is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I'm a big baseball guy, and I'd rather watch softball than baseball because it's so quick. It's just constant going.
I've watched more college softball than I have baseball this year.
I sat right there in that chair and watched a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I mean, you was talking. Hey, did you see this game?
Yeah.
With Bart's 10,000 TVs, he can watch many a college softball game.
Pick a TV. When the Canadian Wild was at Marion, honestly, I would rather go watch them than I would the Miners when they were there. Just so fast paced and exciting. My daughter played like 1 year. It just wasn't for her, but it was like Little League, and I was like, this sucks. But watching like really good softball players, I can't believe how close they stand. For one, how fast. I mean, you hit a hard ground ball to shortstop, you're like right there, or a pitcher, or third base, or
the pitcher or third base.
Are you required? By the way, are you required to wear a mask?
I'm pretty sure our college coaches said we had to wear a mask. Yeah.
Man, I've seen some.
Did you wear one in high school?
I always wear one.
I don't blame you, man.
I've seen a girl.
I'd rather wear one than have a face surgery.
I seen a girl.
I was just going to say, I think the guys would agree if I wore a mask, it'd be better for the population.
Well, you need to wear one anyway. Look at your face.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. I'm going to just buy one.
Seriousness, I seen a girl from was pitching for West Frankfort a long time. Well, it's been probably 15 years ago. She got hit with a line drive. Of course, the next time she pitched, she wore a mask.
Yeah.
She got split open right there.
Yeah, they call it softball, but it's not softball.
No, it didn't.
Do you think you'll be used any for hitting, or you just? I mean, I know you said you're PO, but you're done with that. You're not even.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be used any for hitting. I did get to hit in travel softball, which I was like, oh my goodness, but it didn't go bad. But honestly, no, I think they got other people. So
you'd rather just pitch than.
I enjoyed hitting. I really like hitting a lot, but I think I'll just be a PO in college.
That's cool. That's awesome. do you remember your last hit that you had? Like, this is
Yeah.
going to be my last time, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was in the dugout. I was like, wow, that was just my last at bat.
How were your emotions, especially in the championship game, knowing, right before, you guys won the game? Did some of those thoughts go through your mind? This is going to, possibly be, this is my last time pitching in high school or things
Yeah.
like that. What are some of the thoughts that went through your mind?
There was actually a picture that someone took, and it's me taking a deep breath, and it was like a 4-second deep breath. I literally remember this. It's really
Wow.
weird. But I remember going to pitch the pitch, and I was like, I have to strike this girl out. And I knew the pitch too. It was a double curveball out, and she was off the plate. So it was probably an easier pitch to throw to her as well. It was a 1-2 count, and I ended up getting her out. And that was the last pitch I threw of high school. That was the last out of the state championship game. But I kind of just stood there a little bit longer than I normally would have, kind of taking in the moment a little bit more. So yeah, I do remember the last out of that and the last pitch. And then when we won, I also just like kind of jumped in the air real quick, and I didn't realize it at first because I was like, wow, we just did this.
Yeah.
And then me and Colby ran to each other. So
That's awesome.
That's cool.
yeah.
Bart, did you catch what she just said about when she was? It's what makes elite pitchers different from just someone going in the pitch. Did you catch what she just said? She noticed the girl standing off the plate.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the mindset that
My
a collegiate
question.
athlete notices those things before the pitch is even thrown.
A double curveball.
Yeah. Just basically, it was in the river more. Instead of more on the plate, it was more in the river. So
So
she couldn't hit it as much.
It's location. So you talked earlier a bit about throwing a ball, but sometimes you throw a ball on purpose. It's location. You're getting them to chase.
Right.
So yeah.
Yes.
Did you call your own pitches or did your coach?
Ashton called my pitches.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a good pitcher too, having a good coach and actually
Or Yachty or Molina.
Catcher,
Yeah.
good catcher too. Yeah.
Those are few and far between now.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. That gave me cold chills when he was talking about that. What are your goals for college?
There you go.
I want to try to help turn the U of I softball program around more, because we were a losing program. So hopefully just going in there, my class is really close. So we're very determined to get this program running back up again. I know we got a new coaching staff, hopefully trying to change this and just work really, really hard over these next 4 years to get it back up and running again very well, and hopefully get to the Big Ten tournament. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
You think it's a culture thing that just needed to change a little bit? I mean, I know you haven't really been there, but new coaching staff.
I don't really know what it is. I think they just needed something to just get them going again. Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can be that spark to maybe help things get going. Be a leader like you were at Carterville. I know you're young. You're just a freshman, but go in there, listen, learn, but don't be afraid to voice. If you got something to give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Thanks.
Caidence, we appreciate you coming in today. Congratulations on your acceptance into U of I. We know that you're going to have a fabulous career. And again, we appreciate you joining us here on the Patch Podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We want to thank Caidence Phillips for coming in and interviewing with us today. We appreciate that greatly. We're looking forward to her upcoming freshman year and her remaining years at Illinois. We have another special guest with us.
Yeah, it's coming all the way to us from Knoxville, Tennessee. We've been talking about movies pretty much every episode. We've talked about some of our favorite sports movies, whatever. But my son, Carson Hill, joining us from Knoxville, Tennessee. He is a movie guru, and we talked about how many movies he's gone to this year. Carson, glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Welcome, Carson. We understand that you go to like 600,000 movies in a year.
And not quite that many, but pretty close. Yeah.
You can be the Patch Podcast official movie reviewer.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm on a quest this year to see 52, one for every week of the year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I will say, Carson went to school at SIU Edwardsville, which is pretty pretty close to you, Moog, over there in that area.
My sister's school. I went to Carbondale. He went to Edwardsville. So we're school alumnus.
Went to school for communications, right, Carson?
Correct. Yep.
Mass comm and film.
Focused in media production. Yep.
So he's got a little bit of experience with this behind the mic, a little bit, and more on the broadcasting side of it.
Right.
There you go. A broadcast brother.
Yep.
I went back to SIU when they still called it the radio television department.
Radio TV. Yep. Did they have color back then, or was it still black?
They just switched over in the 80s
color,
black and white. Exactly.
Just kidding. No, but I will say this, Moog. I like watching movies too, and I used to be very Carson. He'll tell you this. Anytime we want to watch a movie, he goes, "I think we should watch this movie." And I'm like, "I don't want to watch that. It sounds stupid." And then what happens every time we watch it, Carson?
Most of the time, I would say that you think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, he's pretty good at movies.
If you stay awake.
Yeah, if I stay awake, yeah. Those reclining seats at the theater is not good for me.
Yeah.
I actually fell asleep during, what was it, the SpongeBob movie or something one time? I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to Knoxville this weekend, Moog, to watch my grandson. So Carson and his wife can go watch what movie's coming out this weekend, Carson, that you're excited about?
This is the opening weekend for Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Wow.
It's the newest Spider-Man movie.
That's awesome. So Rich, you're a great grandpa and a great dad to drive all the way to Tennessee just so your son can go to the movies.
He likes driving anyway. It's really not so much about so he can go to the movies. It's to see my grandbabies.
There you go. There you go.
But no, it is. I'm glad to go. Glad to go. We're going, I guess, a few weeks after that too for Micah's first birthday. Getting into the movies, Carson. So Spider-Man, and you're a huge Spider-Man fan. You always have been. What's different about this Spider-Man? Because there's a ton of Spider-Man movies out there. What's so different about this one?
So this is Tom Holland's fourth main Spider-Man movie. He's appeared in other Marvel movies throughout the years, but this is kind of a big reset after the last one. They're going back to basics of just a street level Spider-Man. Heck, the Punisher is going to be in it. The Hulk is going to be in it. I think they're all supposed to fight each other. Oh, it looks pretty good. It's directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who he did Shang-Chi. The action scenes in that movie were amazing, and from what I've seen from the trailers for this one, it looks to be pretty awesome as well.
So didn't Tom Holland want to take a break after the last one, and didn't he come out and say, "Oh, I'm not going to do any more Spider-Man movies"? And then I guess he kind of had a change of heart.
He did. So the issue with Spider-Man, so right now, actually, Marvel and Disney owns all of their characters except for the Spider-Man characters. They just recently got all of the X-Men back and the Fantastic Four, but all the Spider-Man characters are still owned by Sony. So for them to be able to make this movie, Disney and Sony have to play nice and work together. And Tom Holland's always kind of like the middleman, trying to, of course, he wants to get his cut, but also he wants to make these movies for the fans.
So you may remember the old character Stretch Armstrong. Maybe, everybody here may be too young, but they used to have a little, Stretch Armstrong doll. And that's kind of like Tom Holland in between.
Right.
Disney and Sony, they're pulling his arms apart and hopefully they don't break and jelly come out of him.
Right. Yeah. And you've actually, he's gone on record saying that him and Zendaya, I can't remember if they're married or still just engaged, but they've gone on record saying that once they start having kids, they're both going to just quit acting and just be a family. So
must be nice to have all that money.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't
quit.
I didn't know he was engaged to Zendaya.
Yep. Yeah, they started dating after the first Spider-Man movie, I believe, and they have been ever since.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
she was in the Greatest Showman, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yeah. That's a good movie too. So out of all the movies you've watched this year so far, what would rank you your top one?
Oh, this year so far? There's a few. Let me check my list here. Let's see. So far, I've seen 33 movies this year. So, let's see. Probably Project Hail Mary. That was my favorite with Ryan Gosling. I read the book for that beforehand. We watched it not too long ago together. That was a good one. Obsession. I like some horror movies. I don't watch them all, but Obsession was really good.
My wife liked that one.
Let's see.
She said that was nuts.
Really?
It was crazy, yeah. And to think that it came from Curry Barker, who like he got his start just making YouTube short videos, and he did a short horror film, and now he's like one of the highest grossing uh, horror directors for this movie. So
That's crazy.
yeah. And I just saw The Odyssey last week too. It was really good.
That's the one you're saying it grossed like $286 million or something like that.
Yeah, it's grossed
In
$286 million so far. This is its second weekend. And its second weekend this weekend was larger than Christopher Nolan's last film, Oppenheimer. It made more money this weekend in its second weekend than Oppenheimer did in its first.
I watched that with you down there.
Yep, you watched it in Edwardsville.
I'm surprised you haven't said, another popular movie. I figured you'd be all about going and seeing it. That's with Moana.
I skipped that one. It was originally on my list.
Really?
I skipped it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just all these Disney live action remakes. They've been getting worse and worse for me. I saw Lilo and Stitch last year, and it was pretty good. It was actually my first movie I ever saw at a drive-in theater.
Huh. Yeah, we talked about drive-in last week, and
We did.
I missed those.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I did see Spaceballs is going to be coming out, which is something. Did you know that Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Rick Moranis is coming back.
Spaceballs, the new one.
Yeah, he hasn't done any film for how many years now? Raised a family and all that, and just now getting back into it.
Yep. Yeah, he appeared. This week's actually been ongoing San Diego Comic-Con, and they had a big Spaceballs panel. They announced him to come on stage, and then he didn't come on stage, and they ended up bringing out a giant comb, and they combed the audience and found him.
They combed the audience.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the Spaceballs movie. So for them to come out with a second one, I mean, they kind of said that back then that they would be back, but
for the quest for more money.
Yeah, how many years has it been now since that?
Heck, I don't know off the top of my head.
But you're talking since the first one that came out in the 80s,
right?
Late 80s. You're talking.
I have to look that one up.
40 years.
40 years.
I figured 86. Yeah, so 40 years.
1987.
That's crazy.
And the writer Mel Brooks is 100 years old.
Yep,
so
and he's actually returning as Yogurt in this one again.
He's coming back. He's going to be in it.
No way.
He wasn't at the San Diego Comic-Con panel, but he did send in like a video message to all the fans.
That is crazy.
They also have Lewis Pullman, who he's been in a few things recently, but he is going to be playing Starburst, who is the son of Lone Star, who is played by his dad, Bill Pullman.
Wow. There you go.
So there's a lot of ties in that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Fortunately, no John Candy, though.
Yeah.
We're going to miss him.
Barf. You can AI him.
Yeah, you probably could, actually. Two more things, Carson, and we're running out of time here. But also, I saw where Johnny Depp's going to be coming back. Another movie, Ebenezer. He's going to be playing Ebenezer, and that movie just dropped, or that trailer just dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah, just dropped at San Diego Comic-Con. Yep. This is like his first big movie ever since all the legal drama that happened a few years ago. He's been in a couple others, but this is the big one. It'll be a big test. Honestly, I'm kind of tired of seeing the Christmas Carol story. We have such great ones that have already come out, so like it's gonna be hard to beat.
But it's Johnny Depp, so
it's Johnny Depp. It's directed by Ty West, who is he's actually a horror director. Right? So
did he do Edward Scissorhands?
No,
or no.
No,
Johnny Depp. Every time someone says Johnny Depp, they should say cha-ching.
Right. Yeah, I mean Disney has been wanting to bring him back for another Pirates of the Caribbean, but with all the controversy that happened and everything, they're kind of waiting on that. So I think if this movie does really good and people show up for Johnny Depp, then we're going to hear about
I think they will.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
And then last but not least, Carson, Shark Week starts today, right?
Oh yeah,
Shark Week starts tonight. Yes,
and, Carson's a huge. I mean, growing up with him in the house, Shark Week was your week, right? I mean,
oh yeah, every week I would make T-shirts. I would, yeah.
It was awesome. I love Shark Week too, just because of you in the house. I still have to sit down and watch it. There's always different shows every year. They have a lot of the same ones, but there's always a couple new ones. Like Shaq, was a big part of it. Shaquille O'Neal. So your favorite shark growing up is it still
The Mako
was the
shark.
bull shark, right?
No, the Mako shark.
I thought it was the bull shark because it went in. You could go in saltwater, or
That is a cool one.
they've been seen down in St. Louis at the Mississippi.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Yep.
That is a cool one, but I always like the Mako. I like how
The Mako.
fast they are. Outrunning boats going like 70 miles an hour. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait for that either.
I actually pulled up I have the whole schedule for Shark Week, and I thought maybe we could talk about some of the like crazy names of episodes that are coming out.
What's a few of them?
So tonight, actually at 8 p.m., the first new show is K-pop Shark Heroes.
Oh my god!
I don't know what it's about, but we'll see.
I'm sure you and Mackenzie will be watching that.
Yep. Let's see. We have Jurassic Sharks on Tuesday. How to Train a Great White coming out on Thursday. Oh, that sounds interesting.
Didn't know they were trainable.
So play on How to Train Your Dragon, I assume.
I think so. Yeah.
I hope they're not getting really stupid with stuff.
Some of them are kind of dumb, but there's always a couple really good ones.
Yeah.
Friday, Sharkzilla takes New York. I don't know. That seems interesting.
What more? Oh my gosh!
And right after that on Friday is My Strange Shark Addiction. So
Shark Addictions. All right. Huh. Bart, will you have any Shark Week on in here?
Probably.
Yeah. Have some sports on some TVs and the Sharks on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They always do reruns of like the old classic Shark Week shows. This is the 38th year of Shark Week, I believe.
38. Wow.
I did want to mention, I love on the podcast how you always ask for the top 5 sports movies. I'm not a huge sports guy, but I do have a list, and I think it's going to be a lot different than a lot of your other guests.
Definitely will be different because him not being a sports. Let's hear your top 5 sports movies, Carson.
So I know, Moog, you said that you don't consider this a sports movie, but I love The Sandlot. That is one of my favorite movies of all time, actually.
Really? Of all time?
Sandlot. Yeah. It's top 3, top 5, definitely, maybe top 3.
So that's a sports movie to you.
To me, it is. Yeah.
It's not a coming of age or anything.
Well, I always tell people actually it's not a sports movie, but a lot of lists have it as a sports movie. So
okay.
I could see it going either way.
Well, we can call it an honorable mention sports movie.
Honorable mention. There we go.
So is this your top 5 then? So is that 5 on your sports movie?
No, this isn't in any particular order.
Okay.
I have 5, but I have a few more actually.
All right, let's hear.
F1 that came out last year. I love that movie.
That was awesome.
That was actually my favorite movie of last year. Probably not the best movie I think that came out last year, but it was my favorite. Just
you seen that part? Formula One racing?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's good. Brad Pitt. Yeah. Let's see. I have Karate Kid on here.
I watched that yesterday. Actually, the first one.
Mixed martial arts, karate. Mm-hmm. That has to be a sports movie, right?
Yep.
And
sure.
It follows the classic format too of the underdog.
Okay.
Training. He meets the master, the classic hero's journey.
This is stuff I don't think
comes down to the final big battle, and he wins.
Illegal kick to the face. So yeah.
I love Cobra Kai too. I'm so sad that Cobra Kai is over, but
all right.
I have Creed 3. I love Rocky, but Creed 3 is probably my favorite out of the whole Rocky Creed saga.
Really?
Creed 3.
Yep. It's Michael B. Jordan's actually first directing debut, and I think he does a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, there's a reason why Stallone wasn't in it.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And we got one more, Carson?
Just some honorable mentions. I wanted to go over like some sports comedy movies that I really like. Space Jam.
Nice.
Dodgeball.
Okay.
Dodgeball's a good one. Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You got to throw Caddyshack.
The Waterboy. You guys have mentioned The Waterboy before.
Bobby Boucher.
Here's one that I don't think you guys have mentioned, but I think it counts as a sports movie. Nacho Libre.
With Jack Black.
I forgot about that. Hey, that goes along with
wrestling.
That goes along with the pro wrestling and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, you had a pro wrestler on. What was it, last week? I believe.
Yep. Yeah. Who's now the champ? The champ. MMA.
So
welterweight.
I wanted to mention Nacho Libre.
Oh, that's cool, man. Cool.
Carson, we appreciate you coming on the show and appreciate your insight on everything in the world of movies. And who knows, down the line, we may have you back on to tell us, give us a critique of new movie of the week, new movie of the month. So
I'd
we
like to get a
appreciate
review
you
of that
coming on.
Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah, I mean, heck, half of what I watch online is I either listen to podcasts while I work or I watch movie reviews and movie news videos. So
And he listens to our podcast at work, don't you?
I do. Yep, spent the whole
sweet.
day, and actually, I got through every episode. I believe one day of work. So
I'm sorry if we bored you.
no,
You
I
not
listened
being a
to it.
sports
So
guy. Yeah, you said it was good, so
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment. So.
yeah,
well,
I really
Appreciate
enjoy some of the guests that you guys have on. I like a couple of the guests you've had on have talked about like the parenting side of sports, and I
Chase
found
Bell.
those topics really interesting. So
Cool.
being a new dad, so
we do appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming on. And that about does it for this episode number 14 of the Patch Podcast. We want to thank Caidence Phillips and Carson Hill for joining us on this episode. So for Danny, Bart, Rich, I'm Moog. Thanks again for joining us on the Patch Podcast.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Patch Podcast. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe, share it, and tell a friend. Until next time, stay active, stay entertained, and we'll see you back here in the Patch.